Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm excited because I am making a Halloween chunky knit blanket, and I am using new yarn by YarnBee, and this is the yarn that you can get at Hobby Lobby. So the first color is called French Lilac, and then the black yarn, and then this third one is called Spice Persimmon. And sorry, I thought I was filming the right way and I was not, so all the labels were backwards. But let's get started with this Halloween blanket. So what I'm going to do is take the yarn and wrap it around 3 fingers. I'm going to take the bottom strand over the top, then the bottom again over the top, and then I'm just going to pull that bottom through, and that is going to create the first loop to start the chain. I will say when working with black yarn, it is a little bit harder to see, especially like on this video. So if you need more of like a different color yarn to kind of see exactly like how I did that and how I go through these chains in the first couple of rows, I just encourage that you look at my other blanket videos because you'll be able to kind of see that more clearly with a different color yarn. But I'm going to do 30 chains, and I do that because I like my blankets wider. So this typically creates a blanket around 47 to like 52-ish like inches wide, and then I will also be doing 64 rows total for this blanket as well. Now, as you can see, sometimes I will start to make my chains and it will just seem a little off to me. So it's okay if you need to like create your first couple of chains over and over until you are happy with it and you get it to the right width. You know, you do kind of want this chains to be a little bit looser because you want to be able to have that second row that's going to go into it and not create it too tightly so then it kind of curves your blanket. And once I got my 30 chains completed, I always double check just to make sure, and I always count the top of each chain just to make sure that I have 30, and then I will go into making that second row. And throughout the entire of, like, making this blanket, I always, every few rows, just kinda make sure that I still have 30 loops just to be able to know that I'm not going to, like, join 2 rows or that I am making the blanket correctly. So I'm gonna take the last loop and go upward with it and then loop through. And that's gonna be the beginning of my second row. And then throughout the entire row, I'm gonna go up to the top of the chain that I made and loop through that. Again, it's kind of hard to see with this black yarn, but I am going through your chain. You have a top, middle, and bottom. I'm going through the top piece and just looping through to make my second row. And by the time I am done with that, I'm just going to count each loop and make sure that I have 30 of them before going into row number 3. So, I will say that throughout this video, I recorded in a different space, so I feel like this video is just gonna have, like, a lot of orange tones to it, which fine. We're making a spooky blanket, so why not create some spooky tones? But, um, I also did not know towards the end of this video, I ran out of memory on my phone. So it stopped recording and I didn't know. So at the very end, you won't see how I think finish off the blanket if I'm not mistaken, and kind of how you loop the tails at the end. But look at my past videos and you will see the same technique on the other two. Again, I apologize. I did not realize it until I was finished. But before we get into creating this blanket, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you like watching how I make these chunky knit blankets. But while I do this, let me ramble just a little bit because one thing I love about making these chunky knit blankets is that it's really relaxing to me. I love watching documentaries and being able to be creative and to do something with my hands. Like, I can't sit still. So I love making these blankets while I watch TV. And the reason why I was downstairs and creating this in a different space was because I was watching that new cartoon movie that's on Netflix. That's the K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know. I watched it with my daughter and I'm not going to say it was bad. It was actually pretty good. But anyways, I enjoyed watching that while creating this blanket. So, if you've seen that movie, drop a comment and let me know what y'all think about it because I thought it was pretty good. So, anyways, enjoy this video. Now that I'm on the last row, I'm going to take the first loop and create it a little bit bigger and take the loop next to it and take my working yarn and pull through that as well. And that is how you create the last row and border for the blankets. So I'm going to continue to do that. Again, I take one loop and then join it with the next one and pull through that working yarn. When I get to the end of it, I am going to cut the yarn, make a little bit of a tail, and then kind of just loop that tail throughout the border. And then I'm going to light the end of it and join it into this side. And as you're doing that, it is a little bit harder because you're not lighting both ends and then joining. You're kind of just lighting the one end and joining from the side. But again, I always roll as soon as I light it, fuse it, roll it, and then I do like a pull strand just to make sure that that is secure. It's not going to come undone and it will last for years to come. But if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for staying. I so much appreciate it. And like or comment below. I want to see if you like this design as well for a Halloween chunky knit blanket. And I will see y'all on the next one.